Peppa loves yoga. It's been a very busy morning at playgroup. Peppa and her friends have been playing their instruments, dressing up in all the fancy dressed clothes.
Wow!
And making all the messiest crafts.
What are we going to do next, Madame Gazelle?
asked Peppa. I have a special surprise for you, says Madame Gazelle. Oh, gasped the children. Miss Rabbit is coming to do some yoga with us, says Madame Gazelle. Hooray! Everyone cheers. What's yoga? asked Rebecca Rabbit. Yoga is a way of relaxing, says Madame Gazelle. What's relaxing? asked Danny Dog, bouncing up and down. It's a bit like having a rest, Danny, says Madame Gazelle. It's very good to do, especially after a busy morning like ours. Just then the playgroup doorbell rings. Bring, bring. There's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door. The children sing loudly. Hello, Miss Rabbit, says Madame Gazelle. The children jump up and down excitedly.
Hooray!
Namaste, says Miss Rabbit, putting her hands together and bowing slowly. That is how we say hello before yoga. Peppa and her friends stop jumping. Namaste, they repeat and slowly bow towards Miss Rabbit. First, we must all sit on our mats, said Miss Rabbit. Everyone sits down. Now, Miss Rabbit says, touch your fingers and thumbs together and close your eyes. Then everyone breathes slowly through their noses to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, says Miss Rabbit. Phew, breathe the children. Now, let's try tree pose, says Miss Rabbit. Stand on one leg and be as still as a tree. Everyone copies Miss Rabbit perfectly. Well, almost everyone. Next, put your leg forward and bend into a warrior pose, says Miss Rabbit. I think this one is like being a surfer. Everyone moves forward. They love being surfers. You like this one, Danny, says Miss Rabbit, putting her hands on the floor and lifting her tail into the air. It's the downward dog. Then Miss Rabbit stretches up like a snake. And this one is called the cobra pose. Finally, Miss Rabbit lowers her voice and whispers softly. Now we must rest. Lie down on your backs while I count very slowly. 1, 2, 3. It's time for the children's parents to pick them up. Bring, bring, goes the doorbell, but none of the children makes a sound. They are all fast asleep. We've been doing some yoga, Madame Gazelle explains. It looks very relaxing, says Daddy Pig. Yoga is relaxing, says Madame Gazelle. I think we should do it every day. Madame Gazelle loves yoga. Everyone loves yoga. The end. Peppa Pig and the Muddy Puddles. Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig are tucking Peppa and George into bed. There's so much rain, Peppa says. That means there will be muddy puddles to jump in tomorrow, Mummy Pig says with a smile. The splish, splash, splosh of raindrops on the window sings Peppa and George to sleep. They dream of muddy puddles. It rains and rains and rains. The next morning, the sun is shining. Daddy Pig runs out to jump in a muddy puddle, but he lands in a big pool of water instead. Oh, how did this water get here? Daddy Pig asks.
And where are the muddy puddles?
Asks Peppa.
Our house is on an island,
says Peppa. Oh dear, says Mummy Pig. What will we do? Granny Pig and Grandpa Pig arrive on their boat.
Ahoy there,
Grandpa Pig says. Wonderful boating weather.
We're going to the store,
says Granny Pig.
Can George and I come too?
Asks Peppa.
Yes, we'll do the shopping for everybody. Polly can remember our shopping list. She's very good at that,
Granny Pig says.
Wow.
Who's a clever parrot?
Quack! Who's a clever parrot?
Says Polly. Polly is very good at repeating what people say. Peppa, George, Grandpa Pig, Granny Pig and Polly motor across the water. It's fun, but there are no muddy puddles. Each house is on an island. They go from house to house, asking everyone what they need from the store. Susie Sheep asks for chocolate.
Chocolate!
Polly repeats. Grandad Dog needs a newspaper and Danny wants a comic book.
Newspaper, comic book!
Polly repeats. Grampy Rabbit wants cheese.
Cheese!
Polly repeats. Grandpa Pig's boat arrives at the supermarket. Hello, says Miss Rabbit. What can I get you?
Polly knows,
Peppa says proudly. Polly opens her beak.
Who's a clever parrot? Who's a clever parrot?
She says. Polly has forgotten the list.
Don't worry,
says Peppa.
I remember.
So they got what's needed and go back to deliver everything. Cheese, says Grampy Rabbit. Thank you. A newspaper and comic book, says Grandad Dog and Danny Dog.
Thank you. Chocolate,
says Susie Sheep.
Thank you.
Chocolate for dinner? Asks Mummy Sheep. Peppa and George are very sleepy when they arrive back home. Did you have fun? Asks Mummy Pig.
Yes, says Peppa. We got lots of things at the store. We got something for everyone.
But Peppa is sad. She didn't get what she wanted. There were no muddy puddles at all. The next morning, the sun is shining brightly in the clear blue sky. Polly Parrot comes to visit. Grandpa Pig's boat is stuck on Peppa's front lawn.
Oh,
Granny Pig says, looking out from the boat. The flood is over. The houses that were on islands yesterday are now back to normal, sitting on top of their hills. The water that Peppa and George boated in is gone.
Wow.
And at the bottom of their very own hill, they see a great big muddy puddle. Big enough for everyone.
The end.
Peppa Pig. Read it yourself with Ladybird. Sports Day. It is sports day at school.
Wow!
Peppa, George and everyone are there.
Hooray!
First, it is the running race.
Ready, steady, go!
Says Madame Gazelle. They all run as fast as they can. Peppa is not ready. She comes last, and she is not at all happy. Rebecca Rabbit wins the running race. Hooray! Everyone says. Next is the long jump.
Ready, steady, go!
Says Madame Gazelle again. George jumps as far as he can, but he comes last. George is not happy at all. Richard Rabbit wins the long jump.
Hooray!
Hooray! Everyone says. Next, it is the relay race.
Ready, steady, go!
Says Madame Gazelle again. Daddy Pig runs as fast as he can. Here, Peppa, says Daddy Pig. Run as fast as you can. But Peppa is not ready. Emily Elephant wins the relay race.
Hooray!
Hooray! Everyone says. Peppa comes last again, and she is not happy at all. Next, it is the tug of war.
Wow!
Ready, steady, go!
Says Madame Gazelle. Everyone tugs as hard as they can. Snap! The rope breaks.
Now everyone wins,
Says Madame Gazelle.
Hooray!
hooray, says Peppa. I win at last. I like sports day.
The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.